Hey guys, just wanted to come to you today and just kind of talk about a couple of things that the coaches and I have been discussing sort of behind the scenes and then just conversations that we continue to have, especially over the last couple of years. And injuries obviously come up. When it comes to talking about CrossFit or high intensity training, injuries is always a hot topic. And then the other great hot topic, I guess, if you will, is fat loss versus weight loss, and the differences in the two, and sort of how high intensity training sort of accelerates the process of fat loss and weight loss, right? So just wanted to take a couple minutes. I wanted to dive into a couple different things really quick and discuss those three things. Number one, the injuries in general, not just with CrossFit, but in any facility, any type of strength conditioning facility, any type of CrossFit facility, whatever the case may be, health club, doesn't matter, right? Number one, the patient or the client should always go through an assessment process, right? So very simple, just a couple of simple things to just kind of throw out there. Number one, and I'll just give you an example of an assessment. It's a very easy assessment. This tells you how much flexion and extension you have in your wrist, right? So in this position here, right, and if I take my hands and I want to try to keep my palms together, I want to bring my elbows up as high as I can, right? I would like to see at least 90 degrees, and you can see that I have a little bit more than 90 degrees, right? My elbows are able to come up and I'm able to keep my palms down, all right? So that basically tells me if I have pretty good movement through my wrist, and if I'm able to move into more complex movements in terms of how well my wrists move, like handstand holds, holding a barbell, whatever the case may be. Obviously, in the beginning, when we started this thing, we did not know that people did not move well. I honestly thought that everybody moved just like me. Just like the people that are good at math, they think that everybody can do math. The people that are mechanics, they think that everybody should know how to do mechanical type work, whether it's change batteries, change oils, whatever the case may be. You know, we're just selfish people, selfish human beings, and we can only see what we see. And it's so hard for us to understand other people's perspectives. So when I started this thing, I didn't know that people didn't move like me. I have very good ankle mobility, very good hip mobility. I have very good overhead squat mechanics. Obviously my elbows don't lock out all the way, but other than that, I have very good shoulder mechanics and very good shoulder stability. There are a lot of people that do not have that. As you can see, I also sit straight up whenever I'm just sitting. There are a lot of people that slouch over. That creates issues down the road as well. So injuries, while there are some injuries that I am fully responsible for because of how we programmed in the early days, but there are also some injuries that I don't think that I am responsible. Now, when I say that a little tongue-in-cheek because we should be putting all of our clients through a proper assessment, and we know that now. So now we put systems in place so that we can continue to refine our service and the way that we write our programs based on the individual. Instead of just saying, wow, I move well, everybody should be able to move like me, right? We don't say that. My team doesn't say that. We take what we're doing and we write programs for the individuals that are coming into us, if that makes sense. So whereas we used to just write a program, now we're taking the individual's needs and writing a program based on what we feel like they need. It's a very different process. It's a very different service, and it's a lot more work on our end, but it's also our responsibility because of the knowledge that we've gained and mistakes that we've made over the last few years. And obviously, no one else has made those mistakes. It's me. But I do talk in terms of we when I discuss our facility and my team. So we started to develop a team that is very interested in not only making people better, right, and making people faster and stronger. We're interested in the mechanical side of things, the biomechanics, and not necessarily just biomechanics. We're also interested in the emotional side of things, like how to coach certain people. You coach introverts and extroverts, completely different. Some people, that's just a very small example, so I just wanted to give that example. So based off of the knowledge that we gained, our services had to change, right? The questions that we ask ourselves have had to change. The questions that we ask our clients have had to change. So now it's all about getting people in better positions so that they can have long-term fitness, right? And not giving a short fix, right? Here's the other big issue of that. When you start to focus on mechanics and you start to focus on the emotional side of things, other things have to slow down in order for us to achieve that and for us to become optimal on that side. The high intensity piece of what we do can be very fun for some people. It releases a lot of endorphins. People feel exhausted when they leave. There's a lot of sweat involved, and all of those things are associated to most people with good workouts. The issue with that and what has happened over time is the more educated we've become on movement and the better service that we want to provide, we see that there are people that are doing movements that they should not be doing. So how do we clean that up? How do we continue to provide a service that we can get people in good movement or create good movement patterns for people, reduce body fat, and create a longevity piece and create a more resilient human being in terms of emotional and physical stress, and allow people that come to us, or just in general, people that want a fitness service, how do we provide that service? I don't have exactly all the answers, and I'm very honest about that. I will tell you that for most people, if they just follow sort of a bodybuilding protocol that creates more time under tension, and then you also add in some compound movements like cleans, squats, deadlifts, stuff like that, movements like that, that is going to create a more safe environment for that individual, regardless of who they are. Even if you're talking about me, someone who's more experienced with mixed modal training, or what some people call CrossFit, it's also called mixed modal training, or mixed modes of work. The idea is that we want to create a system and environment where everyone can be successful. The only way we can do that is continue to ask questions so that we, as a community and as people who love fitness, can all get better. We want to reduce the amount of fat on your body. We want to reduce the amount of fat on our bodies to an extent, right? We also want to enjoy life, and create longevity, enjoy our families, and enjoy our sex lives, and be with our children so that we can play and not be in pain. I just think that people just say something about CrossFit. They say it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous. You shouldn't do that. And that is just so asinine to even for an educated human being that is in the fitness community and that provides a fitness service to even say that. And let me tell you what they should say. This is what they should say. They should say, these are educated fitness people that have educated backgrounds, exercise science degrees, you name it. They should say that there are certain exercises that people should not be doing, period. And that a proper assessment will weed out any exercises that they should or should not be doing. So the idea that one fitness protocol is worse than the other, or my program is better than yours, it's silly. It's all based on the individual, and it's all about the care of the client so that we can continue to provide a fitness service to our clients and they can enjoy all the things that I've mentioned previously. So I need your help. I need your help because you have to be honest with yourself and you have to be honest with the people that are taking care of you. We want to provide a fitness service that is unmatched, that is completely beyond the touch of what anybody else is doing. We can only do that if you're honest with yourself and you're honest with us. We can help you lose your fat. We can help you lose weight. We can help you create longevity, more vitality, better sex lives. We can help you enjoy your kids more and have just a better attitude at work all day. You got to get more sleep. You need about 8 hours a day. You need to drink plenty of water and you need to have a relatively clean diet. Then you get to exercise. The fifth thing, you may or may not need to be doing high intensity exercise. It may be causing more stress on the system. At the end of the day, I'm not sure what's going to happen with me or this facility. I have no idea. But I want people to know that I stood for something different. I want my boys to know, just in case something happens to me, that their daddy did everything he could possibly do to help people. I don't have anything to sell anybody. You don't have to be a part of this program for me to be successful. I'm already successful. I'm already fulfilled in my life, and I love my family. I get 8 hours of sleep a day. I get to work out, and I get to train, and I get to be with, I have great relationships with my parents, and I have all the things that I could possibly have. I love fitness, and I love helping people, but people have to help themselves. I'm challenging you, if you want to be a part of this community, this fitness program, that you're going to have to say, I'm going to give it 5 to 7 years. I'm not going to go in there for 3 months and expect a miracle to happen. I'm going to dedicate the next 5 to 7 years of my life to get better, to surround myself with people that love themselves and love each other, and I want to be a part of that program. But you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with us. Let's do it. Let's lose the fat together. Let's create a better physical and emotional self, and let's love ourselves in the process. I look forward to working with you.